Hello, everyone. This is the
Yes,
This
we're
Is
back
Awful
here.
show.
Hello.
Holy cow. The nonsense that we had to put up with just to get this show together at the last minute. My intro template completely took a shit on me. It completely deleted all the information I had for it. This is unfortunately dealing with a an emergency, so he is not able to be here with us. What else? Oh yeah, this particular live stream was deleted from an earlier setup. I don't know what the hell happened, but of course, you can blame me or StreamYard. Take your pick. But this is the 2026 Elimination Chamber Chicago post show live, and I don't care how many people are listening right now. We are here to talk about this show, and along with me tonight, not this, but Chris Connor from Last Call Podcast. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back on. I was worried. I was like, oh, did I get shadow banned again? But I'm glad I'm back in my good graces. And yeah, it was well, it was something. I'll say that. We have a lot to discuss, I guess, with Elimination Chamber. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just sort of nice.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was safe. I thought it
Yeah.
was a safe show, a predictable show. And as I said a couple weeks back, I think that's where it's going to be headed for a long time. This is the reaction. This is what happens when you claim that Triple H is a racist and he doesn't know how to book. Now he's just going to start booking the safest shit possible. Now he's just going to just start booking for you matches that you can see coming a mile away, but you always wanted to see them. And he's just going to hype. He's going to build that hype around matches that you know you can see coming 10 miles away. Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber is not a risky move. You know what I mean? And neither is uh uh oh my goodness, Rhea Ripley winning the Elimination Chamber for the women's side. Her facing Jade Cargill, I mean, it's a safe bet. There is not it's not a risky bet. There's nothing that we see from anybody else that's going to give Jade Cargill the mainstream media hype like Rhea Ripley is supposedly going to give her. Your thoughts, Chris?
They're on autopilot. That's how I put it perfectly. Like, all right, they like this feels like back in the 19 in the sort of a 2004 to 2000 sort of 18 where hey, we have no competition. We can do whatever we want. Let's just keep it safe. Let's not, rock the boat. And yeah, it was all right. Well, let's just do it. We know won't piss people off. The casuals will love it, and that's what we got. It wasn't great. It was just nice.
Well, we're going to run down this card and hopefully we're going to get a good sense of well, we've already got a great sense of where WrestleMania is headed now. WrestleMania safe. There's, all the matches are foolproof. I personally wanted Logan Paul to win the Elimination Chamber because I believe it's got a little bit more mainstream appeal than Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. That's what I think.
But we're getting to a four-way. We're getting Jacob Fatu. We're getting also Cody. I mean, this just screams like, well, we're going to keep everybody happy. But, hey, we don't want Cody to win again because people might riot. So, yeah, we're getting a four-way. Yay!
Yeah, right. Oh, man, let's start with the shenanigans right off the bat with Honor Sharp. Thank you, Honor, for $5. She says, do y'all ever have a stream go right? Let me tell you something.
You know what? I blame Denhausen. He came on, all of a sudden screwed everything up.
Yeah. No, Honor, you're so right. I mean, I'll take my whipping like a man.
It's like okay.
Maybe once every 5 weeks we get it on point, and then things go to hell. But yeah, that's quite all right. But listen, I greatly appreciate you being here. That's for damn sure. I mean, you could be anywhere else, like on another stream somewhere. Hoping and wishing that it would come on live at some point. But yes, thank you, Honor Sharp. So before we get into overall thoughts, obviously, let's run that. And of course, this being a whole new live stream and a whole new studio, I wasn't able to get the proper pictures up, and I did have proper pictures. Jake, you saw them. Chris, you saw them.
Yes, I did.
But anyway, yeah, the first match obviously was the Ladies Elimination Chamber. We had Rhea Ripley. We had I always mess up her name, so I just call her Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Tiffany Stratton, and of course Rhea Ripley.
I'm adding pictures to your thing there. If you check them out, you can put it up there.
Oh, boss, listen. This is why
I got your back, buddy. I got your back, homie.
There you go. There it is, right there.
Team effort, bro. It's a team effort around here.
Who's the lady at the top left there?
Kiana James.
Kiana James. Okay, yeah, she had a good fairing. She did.
She had a great showing for herself. She's a strong woman, man. She's a tough lady.
But I'll let you gentlemen go first. What'd you guys think of this match, Chris?
I thought it was the best match of the card because at least it had some drama. You weren't sure, like, wait, you thought, like, okay, hey, they're going to tease this, and it's going to be probably Raquel Rodriguez, and hey, it might be Tiffany Stratton, probably Rhea Ripley. So at least three of them you saw, okay, this could work.
Right.
I thought, Kiana James had some good moments. I thought I liked the elimination of Alexa Bliss because it also teased that, hey, maybe they're still left with Kabuki Warriors, and we have the Bellas, and we have Bliss. So, I mean, at least it tied into everything. And look, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, the smart money says that Rhea Ripley should win, WrestleMania, but it's like, okay, if you do that, what does that say about Jade Cargill? That her title reign is basically a failure and they're pulling the plug already without a feud? Like,
no, I believe you have her beat Rhea Ripley. You've got to get that heat on Jade. You've got to do something with Jade. I mean, it's not like she's languishing. No, but this is going to be her first big test. You can't have her lose her first big test. This is the big name star that I believe few people Jake and a few others have been talking about. Like, yeah, she's been facing not the best of competition all the way up until now Rhea Ripley, who's a bona fide star in the company.
Yeah, and it seemed like they wanted it to be Bianca, but obviously with the injury in her hand and everything like that, they've kind of had to put that on hold. And Rhea makes the most sense on a marquee. Like that as the title match makes the most sense as a title match. Yeah. But I think you might be right that like if you're going to try to keep Jade as this, big hot star, winning makes the most sense. And hopefully they've got 7 weeks between now and then to work that out and make that actually be a really good match as opposed to just, because Jade's match against like Tiffany wasn't so great. And the one against Naomi was decent, but like she needs to have like a good and not just like a 7-minute match. Like it's got to be a real like 10 to 15 minute like actual match. And Rhea can give her that, but they got to work that out.
And hopefully they're practicing tomorrow night because they really like you got to really make Jade look
if they're not already
out there. Yeah.
Yep.
But see, usually on the This Is Awful show, we have the Interrupt This 5,000, in which people do a super chat and they just completely bogard the show, and it does a AI voiceover. So it looks like I'm going to do that tonight. Whenever a super chat comes in. But for you and Cumia, for $4.99 from you and Cumia, $4.99, he says I want a 4-way with Tiffany, Liv, and Blake.
And I love your mind. It's a bit dirty, but I love your mind.
Well, thank you very much, Ewan, and of course a regular listener and a watcher of our shit. But I will say I enjoyed the match. Guess who was the worst person in this match? Alexa Bliss. I wrote down in my notes. She is. Hold on. Alexa is the last bad Vince creation.
Oh, I wouldn't. You see, I think her and Charlotte are one of the best things on Raw right now.
No. I said bad creation. Charlotte's good. Charlotte's okay. She's still passable. She can still make it in this 2026 roster. There is something about Alexa Bliss that just like screams Sasha Banks. Like just the bad parts of that type of professional wrestling. She's never on beat. You know how you say you do something without missing a beat or whatever? Alexa spent an hour up on that pod before she jumped off of it. And all the ladies were ready. Not to mention, all the ladies who were taking her catch or her dive are all bigger than her. She has nothing to be worried about or anything to be afraid of. But yeah, I just believe she's.
I think the last bad Vince creation is the Maximum Male Models, but they're over in AEW. But that still is the last bad Vince creation. But
she's the last. Yeah, she's the last holdout.
Yeah, there. She's rough to watch on some points. I agree with Chris though that her versus Charlotte is gonna be a decent storyline, and that'll be a fine Mania match because Charlotte will walk her through that. But yeah, I get what you're saying about Alexa.
All right, well. We've been interrupted by another super chat by Honor Sharp. Thank you for the $5, Honor.
Do we have to talk about a crank out of a knob or something? Do we have to interrupt with that?
Yeah.
Do we have to do with the weird bad audio? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no. And the confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
I know. StreamYard is not the best. I kind of like the program that we've got. This has sold me on our new way. But anyway,
but just has to run that. Yeah. The rest of us are like, I don't know. We use StreamYard because it's easy.
It's like Chinese arithmetic. Yeah. Honor Sharp for $5. Thank you, Honor. The women's elimination chamber was incredibly fast and hard.
Hey-o.
And they all performed perfectly, unlike some LA Knights I could mention. Yeah, see, Honor. Doesn't he always have a flub? Always some sort of gaff. It's not even so much of a botch. It's just like a gaff. But anyway, let's talk about this.
He needs some Blue Chew.
You know,
fast and hard.
I was gonna say, I think the problem with Alexa is she's a throwback to when women were smaller, and you look at this, and she's tiny compared to everybody.
Yep.
Asuka's the same way. I think, to me, Asuka did not look great in this, but because she's very animated, she gets away with it. But I mean, her and Asuka are tiny, and everybody else is at least 5'6", 5'7", a couple of them 6 feet, and you almost need like a women's light heavyweight division.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's what you really need to do. You really need to get rid of Alexa Bliss. I don't think she has any.
I thought she did better.
I know she sells merch and all that
nonsense. IC title match.
Okay. She's just offbeat to me. Like, I just think like she's too hesitant. But that's me.
I think you got to put her with certain people, and I think this was just not a good fit. Where it's 4 women who are much bigger than her, and one who's the same size, and
yeah, she's got to go.
Okay,
you gotta go. But yes, next up, we had this match: Becky Lynch defending her Intercontinental Championship against AJ Lee. First off, they really sucked the air out of the Chicago crowd when they announced that AJ Lee was from Jersey. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
Well, Jake is on mute, but that's all right. Yeah, I noticed it too. And she didn't really get that much of a pop when she was in the Chicago crowd.
Because she's from New Jersey. She just moved to Chicago for her husband.
I know, but you can't dance that up. You got to put that in there, like from Chicago, Illinois. You got to do it. Liven that crowd up. What'd you guys think of this match? First off, Jake.
I think the match itself, like once it got going, was fine. You could tell AJ was a little nervous going into it and like needed to get her bearings. But I think that's where Becky was kind of perfect for, was giving her that like, take a breath, it'll be all right. Like we'll work through it. And like Becky walked her through that entire match. You could see her talking to her and making it work and like putting her over and making her look good. And the crowd did get into it as it went on. And you could see like once AJ got her speed under her, it was actually a good wrestling match. It was a little rough to start, but I mean, overall it was fine. Like I enjoyed it. I mean, this is one of those things that this wouldn't have worked as a PLE match anywhere else, but it was Chicago and her husband was going on next. And that was fine with it. But this was definitely like, this is what Becky Lynch has been shining at with this Intercontinental title. Like she did her best to get over Lyra Valkyria. Whatever happened with her. But like even with Maxine, like making Maxine a passable actual wrestler, like, that was all Becky Lynch. All Becky Lynch.
Oh, we've been interrupted by a super chat. Honor Sharp for $5. Thank you, Honor Sharp. Was this AJ's first PLE match since she's been back?
This is her first singles match since she's been back. It wasn't her first PLE, but it was her first singles match.
Yeah, WrestlePalooza, Survivor Series.
Yeah, and that was a tag match and the War Games. This was her first singles match.
She did okay, but you enlightened me. I think she did kind of like look nervous out there.
Her start, you could tell she was ring rusty. She was nervous. She was like, and then once it got rolling, it was better. But it took a few minutes to get started for sure.
Yeah. I thought the ending was just convoluted. It's like, okay, now we're just get a ref bump, then you have a tap, then
two ref bumps. Yeah,
then you had it just. If this was any other promotion, we'd be making hardcore fun of it, like LOL, TNA, AEW. Oh, it's just Tony Khan. But because WWE, we give it a pass. So I hated the ending, it makes Becky look like an idiot. I mean, you gotta get heat on her back. She has no heat right now, and she can't. I mean, I thought Becky should have won by like cheating, and that way, okay, now you set up a WrestleMania main event rather than AJ's beating her now 3 straight times. What are we doing here?
I don't like the fact that AJ Lee has won the Intercontinental Championship. Unless she secretly signed some contract where she's just like, yeah, I'm going 100 days, 100 dates. And, but for her to win it in Chicago, it of course makes the most sense. I've been interrupted again. Honor Sharp for $5. Thank you, Honor. 3 ref bumps, 1 into corner, 1 kick to the head, 1 wrestler into ref on the mat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's it called? Overbooked.
Yes.
Is what we'd like to call it. It was a little overbooked. Now, of course, I said on last week's show, on Tuning Talk Wrestling, that I was not interested in this match. And the way I'm talking about it right now, it shows. I was really not interested in the match, even though AJ Lee did win the Intercontinental Championship in front of her hometown Chicago fans. Thank you, Honor. Yeah. Overall, I mean, the match was what it was. I was shocked at the ending, of course. I didn't think AJ Lee was going to win. She kind of came down the ring with boo-boo job face. But then, of course, what Jake said earlier about, her being nervous, yeah, it kind of makes sense. She was probably more nervous than anything. But, yeah, I mean, sorry. Honor Sharp for another 5 beans. The kick to the head was a thing of beautiful timing, though. Loved that one. Okay. Yeah. I might have blinked and missed it. Again, I wasn't really into this one. But what'd you guys think of Becky carrying AJ Lee?
To be expected. I mean, that's what Becky is probably the best. It's either Becky or Charlotte for the best wrestler of that whole generation, essentially, if the biggest star. So I'm not surprised by it.
Not bad. By the way, Jake, what are you eating?
I'm not eating yet. I'm cooking dinner. I'm running back and forth from my kitchen. Hey, I was gonna come in late on this show, and I got to jump in to help out. So I'm making. No,
I really appreciate it. No, I'm just trying to break up a little conversation.
I'm just making fun of it. No, we're good. I'm just running back and forth to my kitchen. I've got stuff in the oven. We're making pizza and salad. My wife and I made a pizza. Yeah,
see,
we're going easy, but I mean, for me, it's only 8:30 here in Phoenix, so it's still early.
Gotcha.
You were talking about heat on your show, and I was just like, I'd love to have warm weather at this point.
Yeah, that's a little too hot right now. It was 93 today. It was too hot.
Ooh, I could use that.
I'm celebrating 35 degrees up here in Boston.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you
can take your 93 degrees and shove it there, pal.
Or hand it over. One of the two.
If you take it, if you want it, man. It is too early to be this hot when it's going to be 120 in June. I'm not ready for that yet. I need to the whole reason we live here is supposed to be nice from October to at least through March. Not even this whole past week. It was 93. Not cool, man.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. This one
70s
right
in
here,
South
folks.
Florida. You and Cumia's got it. Oh, this was fun. This I liked.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a slight disagreement, and we
I
kinda
got
talked
with you,
about
Waffle.
earlier
I was just sort
during
of
the show. We had the World Heavyweight Championship on the line as Finn Balor.
So you guys want super kick parties and 800 kickouts then? Like, I mean, you have
Now,
to want it both ways. This was a legitimate wrestling match. This was good pace. There wasn't 800 kickouts of finishers. There was CM Punk hit his finisher twice, and the only reason he didn't work the first time was because Balor railed out. I'm sorry, but that's what I want. I don't want 800 kickouts. I mean, this was an old school wrestling match. Like, I like having this on the card every now and then. I had no problem with this.
There are more than two options there, Jake.
Are there?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think there is anymore, homie. I feel like we're pretty much right where we are.
Listen,
I don't know.
So as I said on Alt Jake's live stream, where he and George Capter did the Elimination Chamber, shout out to them. This match was good, but I said explicitly, I'm half as interested in the Roman Reigns CM Punk match now, because I saw CM Punk wrestle. It's going to take an act of God for me to be like, damn, that Roman Reigns versus CM Punk match at WrestleMania was awesome. I don't see that. I thought it was going to happen, but CM Punk wrestles a little slow for my taste. And I said that he also slowed Finn Balor down. So the match was at a slower pace. Now, of course, the theater, the storyline and the ending, kind of ties it back together. That's what I'm saying. But WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, you got to speed up the pace, CM Punk. All right, Jake, now you can eviscerate.
Roman wrestles slower than anybody on the card. What are you talking about? Like this, I don't know. I got no issues with the slower paced wrestling match that looks fine and was done that way in today's wrestling world. Like, I don't need everything to be super fast. Like, this is the wrestling I grew up on. I have no issues with this. This was old school. By the way,
I didn't want 800 kickouts. I wanted 600. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. Well, then we could talk. And you only wanted like a super kick gathering, not a super kick party. I get you.
I guess I wanted more of a just CM Punk, just turn it up a gear. That's all. I guess that's all I'm asking. Hopefully for WrestleMania,
guys
we'll
in their mid 40s. It's kind of what I was expecting. I guess is what I was expecting from two guys in their mid 40s.
Here's the problem. The Belfast match was better, I thought. And maybe it was because it was fresh. It was, hey, it's the first time ever. And both men seemed really fit in because Belfast was really behind Balor. The second time around, you sort of know that what's going to happen. You know that Punk's not losing. So that sort of takes away sort of the flavor. And I thought the ending was just flat because it doesn't advance. I would have loved to have seen either Dominic or, if you have to,
say that again.
He get involved, have it backfire on Balor, and we start seeing the implosion of his hand. Balor just seems to, all right, well, that's fine. It doesn't advance anything. And that's what bothered me about this card. A lot of it didn't advance people. Like, where are they going? What's going on? Okay, we know what we had. We know where it was going to lead, the obvious, but there was nothing that felt like just, all right, hey, this might be new. Hey, they might be taking a little bit of a risk. Hey, this might be a big change. And it just feels like, no, it felt like a regular Raw card. That's what bothered me about this.
Jake, I'm about to come to your side, and just based off what Chris Connor said, he said that this is the second time we've seen this match. And I think that that's a big part of my blase, just meh feeling about this match. It's just like, okay, yeah, we did see it before. And even still, my point stands, but now I get
and honestly, I'd forgotten about the Belfast match because it was like earlier Raws were a little weird for the time, and it was a good match, but it was just, I mean, this card was really more for, they were the two Elimination Chamber matches were like the big draw of it for the rest of the world, and then the two matches in the middle were for the Chicago audience. Is kind of what it felt like to me in that. Yeah. And you knew that this was going to be a good, safe match for Punk, that he wasn't going to lose, and that Balor is a credible opponent for him to beat. And then the storyline of it, to me, I was surprised that JD and or Dom didn't get involved and, like Chris said, mess up Finn in that way, because clearly Finn's turning babyface and the Judgment Day is going to implode. And I kind of think it's going to end up being a triple threat: JD versus Punk, or JD versus Balor versus Dom, for the Intercontinental title, and then for the end of the Judgment Day. Kind of makes sense, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe that this is a safe WrestleMania. Me and Chris talked about it earlier. These are safe bets. All the matches were predictable, except for in my view, the AJ Lee championship win was kind of surprising to me. But other than that, yeah, predictable showing. Jake, my theory was that Triple H got a little spooked about the scuttlebutt about him being not a great booker, and that he books, in this wacky style, and now he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna book what the super casuals want. You know what I mean? If they want to see they want to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, we're gonna give it to them by hook or by crook. Now they want to see Randy. You know what? I think he misread that one. We all wanted to see Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes this year at WrestleMania, which would have been a great night 1 or night 2 main event. But what do you think about this Elimination Chamber being a little predictable? Oh, he's not even here. Chris, you already elucidated.
Before we go to the Elimination Chamber, we got to talk about the big reveal. Because that thing...
Oh, my God.
We were worried about that. I remember even talking with JJ on my show, like JJ Alexander's like, yeah, this could be Gobbledygooker 2.0. I'm like, no, it can't be that bad. They won't have a wrestler in there. If they can't have a guy there for 2 weeks where as you said, he's crapping and eating for 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, we don't have a graphic to this, but what Chris is alluding to is the Danhausen reveal. Let me set this up. So the box came out and Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce came out with some crowbars, and Pride opened the box to reveal a coffin box. And the coffin box opened, smoke came out of it, got all dark and mysterious. And then a bunch of Danhausen-looking showgirls came stepping out of the motherfucker. And Danhausen came out with as much flair as a wet piece of bread. And it was expected for the entire crowd, in my view, to just throw the babies in the air and give this guy a hero's welcome. But I thought it fell flat. I thought the surprise was underwhelming. Not many people know who the fuck Danhausen is. They were probably like, who in the Vegas magician is this guy? And then to top it all off, they had it was almost like a show dance routine in the middle of the fucking ring in Chicago.
Oh, God.
And then they finished it up. They wrapped it up. Bump. Puff of smoke comes out, a la the exploding ring from AEW. And then the lights go out. And there it was. And the crowd shit all over the ending by booing it profusely. So there was Dan.
We have a super chat here.
Oh my goodness. Hey, my bad, Honor. $5. Thank you very much, Honor. Dan Hosen girls. Okay. I like it. Hopefully WWE will get on top of that and trademark it. Credit Honor Sharp for that. At least I will, because I never heard it before then. So, yeah, but what a horrid debut. Horrid. But let's find out what George thinks. George Capter from the Alt Jake Takes On shows. Welcome, my man. How's it going? Oh, did I
think George is
he's here.
I'm here.
Oh, there we go, George. So, George, all right. So,
I just wanted to check in with you guys real quick. I'm going to bed. But on the post show, Nick Aldis made a match for SmackDown for Cody versus Drew for the title. So you still might get an Orton Cody match at WrestleMania.
Are you shitting me?
No, just so it could happen. It's a possibility because he just made the match for SmackDown. It just came on.
Yeah. We all know the reason why he made that match for SmackDown, so that it can be a 3-way or possibly a Randy
4-way
versus. Yeah, no God.
So things can happen from there, but I was not impressed with the Danhausen reveal. I thought it sucked.
Yeah, it was not good.
But
what'd you hate about it?
I just, Danhausen's perfect for NXT. It's an NXT gimmick all the way. It fits in perfectly with all the NXT shit that goes on there, which is perfect for NXT. It makes perfect sense to me. I don't see him on the main roster in the least bit. I don't think, other than selling merchandise, he can wrestle. I've never seen him wrestle.
Right.
So that's my point of view.
All right.
But thank you for having me on. I appreciate you joining our live stream, by the way. We really appreciated it.
Oh, man. It was so much fun until I, ran into problems.
I understand completely. Trust me.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yes, no problem.
Have a good night.
Well, that's George Captor from Alt Jake Takes On. He is the co-host of Alt Jake Takes On Dynamite Review and the Sunday Night Spaces on Twitter and YouTube. But yes, CM Punk goes over on Finn Balor, thus making it very. Oh, I've been interrupted. I'm going to try to get this interrupt this 5,000 working properly. On a sharp for another $5. I speak too fast sometimes. Thank you, Honor. It was good enough of an intro. Awful. It's not like Danhausen being on the PLE was anything other than CM Punk saying F Tony Khan personally. Sure. That's great.
That's the problem, though. It's okay. I get it. Yeah, Punk loves to poke the bear, and him and Danhausen are friends. But are we going to bring in now every Cody and Punk guy from AEW? Like, what's next? Are we going to get QT Marshall coming in here?
And just for
AJ
and
Big Justin, they becoming like, no more.
Jake,
what'd you think of Danhausen?
I was shocked by it. If anybody was listening to our live show, I was genuinely shocked. No, because I'd heard that as a rumor, and like jokingly, I was like, okay, I could see it happening in the sense of like it being Chicago, and he's from Chicago, and that would like get over to a point with the audience. But I didn't think they were actually going to do it. It didn't really make any sense. Like,
didn't make sense.
No, and it was silly with the way it was done. Like, I mean, the gimmick will work in NXT, TNA, AAA. Like, no, as like a liaison between all three and being like a comedy within it. Like, that's fine. But on the main roster, on the PLE, on the match before who gets to go to the title match at Mania, just seemed a little... Huh? And I'm not anti Danhausen. I think he's funny. I just don't think it's main roster and WWE funny. I think it's NXT at best funny, but the hell do I know? I guess I don't know. I just think it's funny that the last two PLEs they had Powerhouse Hobbs and Danhausen debut with their
right.
Like that's a little fuck you to Tony, but that's hilarious. So I was
trying to rub it in a little bit. God, I wish that whole Danhausen thing had just been darker. Seriously, like I think it would have worked had it been darker, because now you at least peel back another layer of his character. We've only seen this clown in AEW, and had you like maybe bathe him in I don't know. I understand that you want to introduce the character as the character that you all know and love as Danhausen, but this wasn't it. And I love what you said earlier in your live stream, Jake. Like, it's not Vegas show. It's not Vegas show.
Yeah.
It's Reno show.
Might even be Laughlin. Like, it goes Vegas, Reno, Laughlin for your three. Oh, as someone who lives in Phoenix and I don't live that far from Nevada. You go Vegas is number 1, Reno's number 2, and that's really only because it's on the lake with Tahoe. And then Laughlin's like where you go like just to gamble. Like, you're not going for the shows, you're not going for the entertainment, you're going because you're a gambling addict.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is like 2 a.m. Atlantic City show where you're coming in, you're like, okay, I spent all my money, I want the free drink, I might go home depressed. And then you see this and okay, my life isn't that bad.
And like off the boardwalk, Atlantic City, not even like on the boardwalk.
Danhausen, the lounge lizard. But
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys like the presentation? Is this his presentation overall?
Hated it.
I mean,
And look, I think Vince would have done it better with Danhausen because Vince could get into the spooky stuff more. It wouldn't be great, but it's not Triple H's game. Look at the Wyatt Six; they're floundering because it's just sort of like, okay, well, they're here, and
I got
the Righteous wouldn't do well here either because that is not Triple H's sort of wheelhouse, being spooky and dark and mysteries. He is a serious guy, and Danhausen is like he's like a soft shoe on a football field. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, he's like spooky Santino.
Is this a pivot from the Chris Jericho? Was it supposed to be Chris Jericho? Was it supposed to be Chris Jericho coming out of that box and then do a quick pivot? Or was it always going to be Danhausen?
I think it was always going to be Danhausen because Jericho, you don't need to bring in with a box. You can do bigger with Jericho. This just feels sort of...
Well, and they wouldn't have pivoted.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have signed Jericho or gotten anything involved with Jericho unless they knew for sure it was free and clear. Like it's not like they would have been surprised by him getting the contract. They might have been like in like flirt negotiations or whatever that weren't official or anything, but there's no way they would have started anything unless they knew for sure he could come back.
Yeah.
At least not with it being like that blatant, like the stuff they did with Punk for War Games back in 23, where there were subtle hints that people were looking for, whether those were real or not. You could easily say those weren't anything. This would have been, and with the way it presented, it seems like it was always going to be Danhausen, and I just don't. Like if this had been done through NXT, it would have been fine. If this had been on Vengeance Day, or if Pierce got the crate and then sent it to Aldis and then Aldis sent it to NXT, then it would have made sense. But with this didn't seem logical to me anyway.
Yeah, I think the WWE got some great B-roll tonight for Danhausen. You know what I mean? Like some good intro shots.
Yeah.
And I guess they can use that and probably put it into NXT. I've been interrupted. Honor Sharp for $5. Thank you very much, Honor. We need to see what Uncle Dave says. If he says it was supposed to be Jericho, we know it wasn't ever Jericho.
Oh, crap. I just have a nightmare already.
Although, Honor, I did like the idea. I don't know if anybody's on Twitter, they saw an AEW Mole post, and he put Han Solo in that carbonite.
Frozen carbonite? Yeah.
Yeah, the frozen carbonite. And I was just like, that's not the worst idea in the world to have a frozen carbonite image of Chris Jericho and have him, like, here he is. And then maybe he can bust through the mold and then reveal himself. No? Okay. All right.
Anyway. I'm sorry. I'm frozen in terror of my idea of a horror nightmare. Danhausen, R-Truth tag team that actually wins with tag titles.
Oh no!
There's a fear that Triple H might do that just because we have R-Truth, we have this Danhausen character, and they'll sell
shirts. Yeah. God, I wish this was here for this one because I'm sure he probably peed his pants watching this whole Danhausen thing go down. But because he guessed correctly that he would show up in WWE. And I swear to God, I saw Danhausen make a tweet either today or yesterday where he was just like, I'm accepting bookings. And I'm here to tell you right now, what I was thinking is a conspiracy theory, but I believe when wrestlers do that, they're going to WWE. Because I think he's like the third guy I've seen do that. Didn't Will Hobbs do it like a couple weeks before his debut at the Royal Rumble? Or am
I'm not sure about.
Not sure. No, they both tweeted like freedom, like whoo, we're free. Like, oh crap. Not for long. You're going to WWE. Yes, I know. You're Punk friends. Okay, I get it. And again, I like Danhausen.
Maybe trying to do the last minute booking. Who knows? But yeah, I've seen that, and I was just like, damn, why would Danhausen just put that out there? But he did, and now he's with the Fed guys.
Fed
drone, yeah, traitor.
Fedhausen.
And he
Yeah,
owes
Fed
everything to Tony Khan. Tony Khan made this happen. If it wasn't for Tony Khan, nobody would care about Danhausen. That's
Yeah.
what the sickos are saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to say.
I feel like I knew more about Danhausen before he joined AEW than after. Seriously, like I you could see, because he was able to do, like, I saw like his online vlogs and different stuff, and then he joined AEW and that was around for a bit. But once Punk left, you never saw him again online or on AEW.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe on Ring of Honor, but nobody watched that shit.
It's so crazy. In a different realm, if CM Punk had stayed with AEW, guess what AEW might have become? You know, Kevin Owens would have jumped ship. Seth Rollins might have jumped.
I don't think Seth would have, but I think AJ Styles might have.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
what I was thinking of. Thank
if
you.
Cody had stayed, if the Young Bucks had been thrown out and Cody won the feud, then you would have seen more guys jump. You would have seen probably
that's valid.
Owens and Sammy and AJ and possibly even like a Bailey. And like, we'll just go, all right, hey, look, this is not Vince. We're not, we trust Cody. We know what's going on. But when they lost Cody, that's when everything went to hell.
You're right.
It really is. You forget about that. But when Cody left, it's from that point, it just has never even come close to recovering.
Right. Well, see, Cody leaving was strike 1 and 2. And then when Punk left, it was just like, yeah, there's no chance. Nobody from the WWE wants to wrestle John Moxley. You know what I mean? So why go over there? What's the point? We already got Cody over here. CM Punk just came back. You just have many more dream matches with WWE stars than you would with just the who would you want to wrestle in AEW that won't hurt you, that will garner you the most maximum payout? Will Ospreay?
Maybe. I mean, Omega, maybe. And back then, like before Punk and Cody left, like they're like Omega, before the diverticulitis and like where his kind of health is gone, there might have been something there, and there would at least been the opportunity, and you may have been able to grow people. Like if Punk and Cody had still been there, people wouldn't be the same characters that they've been forever, or like reverting back to their characters from 10 years ago. Like nobody's evolving, everyone's devolving. That's my biggest problem with AEW. Like I'm willing to give things a chance, grow, do something different, do something changeable, did anything except for, the Bucks got their tassels back on. Same music.
Man, you would have never seen with Cody and or CM Punk at the power ship of AEW.
Yeah.
Listen, you wouldn't have seen a center block. You wouldn't have seen a goddamn syringe. You wouldn't have seen a fish tank. You wouldn't have seen suffocation. You wouldn't have seen
bleach.
Any of these, all this nonsense that AEW is desperately trying to do to capture your attention. And when they do capture your attention, it's only for 5-6 minutes. They themselves don't even know how to stretch out these moments in time. It's not like they replay the cement spot over and over again on weekly television. They don't even know how to take care of their own legacy. But I digress. On to the Elimination Chamber, the men's. Logan Paul, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight, or in some circles, LA Botch. Gentlemen, your thoughts on this match will start.
Louisiana Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Javon and Trick looked like they belonged there. You know what I mean? Like, I think having Cody start with both of them was the smartest move. Is having Cody.
Give them the rub early.
Yep. And like having, again, kind of like with how Becky Lynch was able to like calm AJ Lee's nerves. It's the reason why Cody wrestled Obafemi at Cena's last match. Like there's he knows what he's doing. He knows how to teach. He knows how to coach. And I thought both of them really showed well for themselves, which really was, the goal for both of them in this match. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be Javon Evans and Logan Paul at WrestleMania. That seems like where that's going to go, but we'll see.
Ooh, interesting.
I think that's similar to like when Logan Paul wrestled Ricochet and they were having like big spot moments and stuff. I could easily see that. What's crazy is Javon will be the ring veteran leading the match because he's been wrestling since 2018. But the kid knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle it. I think. I don't know if that'll be where it goes, but that's kind of where I'm interested out of this is what's going to happen for Mania for. Well, most of all these guys, I don't really care what happens with LA Knight too much, but the other guys in it. I mean, I think Cody joins the title match, but what happens with Javon, Trick, and Logan?
Well, Logan's taking on Seth Rollins. That's now they.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know, Rollins cost him.
Should have been unless Breakker can come back miraculously from the hernia. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Now, see, gentlemen, I missed. I saw the one, guy in black hoodie come out. Did they reveal who he was?
It was a nobody. Yes. It was like last night where it was a nobody.
Yeah, he's probably a student of Seth Rollins, so they'll start playing it. Seth
and
all his kids after him.
I see. Oh, we've been interrupted. Give me 1 second here.
Oh,
Honor Sharp for another $5. Thank you, Honor, for keeping the lights on for us. I mean, we might as well make you a fucking producer out here. I actually found the men's EC kind of slow, and he didn't quite give everyone a showcase like the women's match. I'll tell you what, you might be on to something, but you've interrupted us and yourself as well with another $10. Honor Sharp, thank you very much. Plus, did anyone notice they kind of do the same moves, different results, like Raquel got swarmed but hulked out of it, and Paul got swarmed but got a beat down. Yeah.
I did, but
that makes sense.
Rodriguez is bigger than everybody in there, whereas Logan Paul is the one guy that everybody can't stand because he's Logan Paul.
Right.
It's like what George Lucas said. It's poetry. It rhymes. There's beats. So
and it worked with Raquel. Honor. Yeah, Raquel was the biggest in her match, and Logan was the douchiest in his match. So that makes sense.
I get what Honor said though, because you sort of saw everything coming from a mile away. Like, okay, it's going to be LA Knight, Trick, and Javon, eliminated first, and then wait a minute, here's some. You had a feeling that there was going to be another guy attacking Logan Paul. I didn't think it was going to be Seth revealed, and then the ending was almost like, oh, they're staring at each other, and then the door's still open. Where is Drew? Oh, there is Drew, and it's basically like when Sammy and Cody were, wrestling, and Drew got involved. This time, no,
right.
Orton's not going to save, Cody. He just waited. Then RKO, there we go, and yeah, it's basically like a hamburger with fries. You know what it is. It's safe. It's delicious. We'll take it, and that's what this felt like.
Yeah, there was a part of the match, and of course, it's a small portion, but it's memorable. Where LA Knight came off I believe it was the second rope or maybe the top rope. I'm going to play it safe and say it was the second rope. Came off the second rope, and he tried to do a stomp, but he kind of what do you think? He tripped up or tweaked or whatever, but he had to reset and then stomp again, and it just kind of came off a little janky. If anybody remembers, think of the Shawn Michaels Big Van Vader match from SummerSlam, in which Shawn Michaels was supposed to come off the top, and Vader didn't move, and Shawn Michaels just landed on his feet, and it just looked like absolutely nothing, and he just kicks the hell out of Big Van Vader's head, and he says, "Get up, dummy," or some shit like that. But anyway, yeah. LA Knight, what are your thoughts on him as a performer? Is he ready for the even a championship run or even a championship feud at this point, or is it just too late for him at this point? Because I say it is.
I would love to see it. He just feels like the momentum was there, then it left, and you have so many people ahead of him that it's almost like he's in no man's land. And Trick being on the main roster does not help him.
Yeah, he's about to get overshadowed. I mean, because this man, Trick Williams, is really commanding the attention of the crowd. Of course, that song helps. His intro music helps. Because it's, it creates that reaction. But, he's doing his best he can in the ring. And not to mention, there's only so much you can do in this Elimination Chamber now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe that you may have to start making it a bloody affair. You may have to start introducing like a more ground and pound type of atmosphere for next year's, the dive off the cave, the pods. Like it's just like, okay, we've seen it all before, and the dudes that just have to sit down there and wait for it as the guy sets up on top, or in this case, Alexa Bliss, because holy shit, she was up there forever.
She was like Pac up there for 38 seconds.
Yeah.
I feel like Alexa Bliss
that's what I always think of.
Really offend awful, like pee on his pajamas or kick his dog.
Oh, no. I mean, there was a lot of great stuff on this match. I mean, like again,
he's a big Ryan Cabrera fan. Sorry. Sorry, I've been at this all day. I'm a little loopy. I'm not half in the bag. I'm all the way in the bag at this point.
Hey, you've
perfect.
Oh, Jake, you put in a workmanlike effort, so you're gonna pass for this.
Yeah,
I tried.
Unlike Dan Harrison.
And I gotta go car shopping tomorrow. So fuck. Not even shop. We're about done with this. Yeah, so I've been talking to people like all day. No,
yeah,
I know it's what you were saying about the off the top of the pod. Like, no matter what, like as cool as any of that can be, all any of us old school folks can remember is Rob Van Dam onto Triple H and like breaking his trachea or whatever when he hit him with his shin in the throat for the 5-star. Like, as long as you're not doing that, you'll be all right.
Right. Yeah, I think there should be some blood in next year's Elimination Chamber.
There was blood in the other matches tonight. That was
less
odd.
pod diving. Yeah, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Tiffany Stratton, is she always getting a bloody nose or a bloody lip? Like, what the hell's going on with her?
She
got nailed a couple times. Where you're like, oh crap! I think she really took it from the headbutt or
she took the shot from Raquel, and then and that started it. And then when Rhea did whatever the slam where she landed on her face, I think she was supposed to put her hands down. She just didn't on the replay. I noticed it was just landed right on her nose. I don't think it was broken, but I think it was severely messed up. I just think, and credit for her for finishing out the match with that though too, because that is not easy.
Yeah.
I liked her gear too, like her Shawn Michaels inspired gear tonight. I thought that was good. George pointed that out during our show tonight. That was pretty class.
And it was a great contrast from her more vibrant and bright stuff where she kind of looks like a Barbie doll or a chicken lingerie, and it kind of takes something away from her.
Yeah, I think she should be more of like a
No, go ahead.
Full
Go
of
ahead.
herself.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm thinking she needs to be more of I was trying to think of a great way to say it instead of like a sex pot, but that's how I'm thinking, where she's she's controlling of herself as opposed to being the ditzy, nice blonde, being more of controlling and
sultry.
a diva. Yeah. There you go.
Smoldering.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. With a Virginia Slim and one of those things. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, boys. Yeah.
You got to separate yourself from
you got to stand out, that's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so there you have it. Randy Orton is on his way to WrestleMania facing Drew McIntyre. Your excitement for the match level, Jake, Chris?
I mean, I'm excited for it, but I do think that Cody makes his way into it somehow, and Cody versus Drew versus Randy. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense for a Mania match. Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah, George Captor broke the news, at least on this show, that there will be a title match. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre next week on SmackDown. Incredible.
Okay. I think Drew cheats his way out to keep his title for that match, but maybe that's how Cody gets his way in.
You'll see Jacob Fatu then get involved, and all of a sudden you'll have, all this go. All right,
you're really latched onto this Jacob Fatu thing.
He's got a point though, because Drew really has screwed both Cody. Drew screwed Jacob out of getting into the Elimination Chamber twice, and then he screwed Cody out of winning it. So it does make sense. I hate 4-ways. I don't triple
Jake,
threat.
I've been interrupted. Honor Sharp for $20. Thank you, Honor Sharp. Honestly, all those damn high spot moves always take forever, never look natural, and rarely end well. I just wish they'd stop them. Hell, the men's high spot only worked because we couldn't see the guys on the mat setting up. That's the other thing. Thank you, Honor Sharp, for the $20. Very, very much appreciated. I've got no Glom Gold, so I don't know what to tell you.
I think the
sorry.
problem with
We
the
are
high
glum
spot-
poor.
Yeah. I kind of want Transformers drops, but that's just me. Anyway, thank you, Honor Sharp.
Here's the problem with I was going to say with Honor Sharp and with the high spots, because WWE loves to do the Instagram stuff and the Twitter and the TikToks. They're going to be there. And look, I miss the old War Games where it was more brutal, more grounded, but we need to have a dives because hey, it's the moment. It's like everybody can then go, "Ooh, look at this dive! Wasn't it pretty?" Even though it took forever, we know it's just not realistic. It's, "Ooh, look at this pretty dive! Look at Io Sky; she's the master of the sky. Look at Javon Evans; he's bouncing."
But you know something, Chris? You know something? Like when two guys get up on the pod, right?
Yep.
And one guy throws them to the ground or onto the other wrestlers and all that. Just dive. Like you guys are trained professional athletes. It's kind of, again, like I said earlier, it's kind of like missing a beat. And just like what Honor Sharp said, these camera angles were just like, oh, so we're just going to take 30 seconds of Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, and all the others, like pretend brawl, and then at a certain point, they're all going to look up, and then they're all going to like huddle together, like they're going to run a 4th and 1, and then Alexa Bliss. Then they showed Alexa Bliss.
I thought he was going to make a tush push joke. I really did.
Yeah. But they got Alexa Bliss on the top of the cage, and then she just dives off, and all these 150-pound women just tumble like fucking. But it's just bad camera angles, and you're just too much on the pod. Just again, bloody. This needs to be start throwing some real fists.
No, I get it. Chris wants more war, less games. I get it. He wants more war, less games, and I respect that. I do.
I do too. It's just that isn't what WWE's about. Though they're about,
and that's
moment.
No, that's like when George kept saying like he wants the both title matches to be singles matches. I'm like, I do too, but TKO doesn't. Like that's how they do it. Like one of the men's, like the Roman and Punk, will be a singles match, but Drew's title match is going to be a triple threat or a 4-way. And it's probably going to be a 4-way because that's how they do it. That's what they like. They think that makes. And then for casuals, they don't care as much about being a singles match. They just want to see the spectacle of it. So I get that too, but it deteriorates it for me.
Yeah.
They've also had too many people that they don't want to de-push. Like, okay, Randy's earned a title shot because he evolved, coming back. People love him. I don't think he could be booed, but Jacob Fatu's the future. You don't want to have him take losses, but we can't just have Cody Dutton in a championship, and it's just sort of, well, let's just be safe. Let's get everybody ice cream. Everybody gets to have ice cream. Awful, you get to have ice cream. Jake, you get to have ice cream. Let's get George an ice cream also. We're all
everybody. Yeah.
In the WWE, you always have another chance to make a first impression. It's one of the few industries that, can service to that. And because you mentioned just a few seconds ago, like, oh, well, Jacob Fatu can't take a loss. Yeah, he could take a few losses. He can still push a storyline and be greater than he is today, maybe a year from now, because you've taken that time. In fact, I was going to say, WWE with their character development and them turning heel or at least becoming like main event superstars, they almost kind of like overbake. If that makes any sense, like it's just like they wait too long, and then it's almost like, damn. In hindsight, that timing was right. But in the moment, it's just like, yeah, we all want to see Trick Williams push to the moon. But nah, we're not really going to see. Trick Williams is getting his day in the sun. But we all have seen this before. Trick Williams is going to have to take a backseat somewhere. They're going to try to, make him more humble. Because right now he's over like Rover. And that could possibly make him big-headed. And you know how they want to control their superstars. They're really not going to push him to the moon because he's not ready yet. So, go ahead, gentlemen. I hear somebody ready to elucidate a thought.
Oh, I just walked back from cleaning up my plate. I have no idea what's going on. I just sat back up. I got back here. My bad.
Here's my thought.
At least I'm honest.
Sure, Chris.
Who do you fire then? Because I keep thinking about this because everybody wants to have like oh, we need to have this person push, this person push. Okay, so which big names do you start letting go? Like Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, LA Knight. Let's let go of Randy Orton. And that's what it's going to take. And I get it. Nobody wants to do it, but you have all this talent. You have all these wrestlers. There's not enough room. And if you push somebody or bring somebody up, that means somebody's got to sit. And we're seeing with Bayley right now. Like, people want Bayley to get a chance, but it's like, all right, who's sitting? Liv? Stephanie Vaquer? Becky Lynch. Let's sit Becky. So awful. I'm putting you in the driver's seat right now. Triple H, we're pushing him out. Awful's in charge of creative. Who are you getting rid of? Which big names who are on the main roster right now that are taking up space would you get rid of so that Trick could
If
get
it's
a
a
push?
big name, you mentioned one of them, Sheamus, but you can still have Sheamus and Trick Williams. You can still have Sheamus and Javon Evans. You can still have Sheamus and Braun Breaker. Now, so I don't have to really move my big names. I'd move a lot of smaller names, people who I've had for a while. Like, I don't know about you guys. It'll get Dragunov. Like, you gotta go. You gotta go. I mean, you're not really servicing anything. I mean, and the most you're doing is probably potentially hurting yourself. So,
Do you get rid of the Wyatt Six?
Yeah, you
See,
get
those
rid
are
of
the
the
things
White
that
Six.
nobody. Because then it's
You get
again,
rid of
there's
the
a
White
lot of
Six.
things we just.
Yeah, you get rid of them.
All right.
And I just saw somebody write a comment. Maybe it was in your live stream, Jake. Somebody was just like, "Yeah, he had one of the Wyatt Six members had a great match on SmackDown." Okay.
The thing
You
is,
know?
the people that like the Wyatts really like the Wyatts, and I mean, and good for them. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for me.
It's not for me. Now, Ilya Dragunov, he's fine for me, and like what he does in the mid card there, like that's fine. Chris has got a point in the sense of like if you're going to push people into the main card of it, but like Sheamus hasn't been in a main card situation forever with it. The problem is, and I mean, you're kind of relying on people to get injured or retire, which is slowly happening. I mean, Randy doesn't have that long left. Brock doesn't have that long left. Cody's got a little bit longer, but not that long either. I think I'm hoping that AJ Styles is kind of setting a trend of like, man, go out when you're still either at the top of your game or like at least like 80 to 90%, as opposed to like what we saw in our younger days of the older guys that hung on for way too long, wrestling matches they shouldn't have wrestled that nobody wanted to see, and or like Ric Flair in a t-shirt is what comes to mind. Nobody wants to see that. Like if you have to wear a t-shirt to feel comfortable wrestling, you're done. It's over. You're fine. Like that's
Does that mean we're getting rid of CM Punk because he wrestles in t-shirts?
Yeah, I mean, but he wrestled tonight without one. He comes out in a t-shirt, but he took the t-shirt off. Like that's fine. And Punk doesn't have that long either. Punk's got what, 2-3 years left at most.
Then he'll be doing the retirement tour.
Yeah. Or just do like what AJ did and just go off into the sunset without a retirement tour. That's where it'll depend on who the person is and how they want to go about it.
Yeah, it's tough because AJ has kids and a wife. So that was the big reason for him to retire. Like, hey, I want to spend time with my family. How many of these guys have like multiple kids, a wife they still love? And
Randy's got 5 kids.
Yeah.
Randy, I know Roman does. Cody's got 2. But you got a point. Now, there's some of the guys that definitely don't care. But I mean, Brock's got kids, but I don't think he cares too much.
Oh, Brock's on the part-time schedule. Same with Roman. So again, it's like, all right, do you let go of LA Knight? Do you let go of the Wyatt Six? Hey, you know what? Maybe we should let go of the Bellas and Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. And every time you'll hear people go, no, we need to keep them. No, we can't get rid of them. No, you're being mean. And that's the problem you're having. You need to either figure out how to phase people out or figure out how to really decide, okay, hey, we're putting the rocket on Trick, or we're putting the rocket on Braun. We're going to go with this and not be safe.
Yeah.
But I think they have put the rocket on Braun. I think they have put the rocket on Trick. I think they have put the rocket on Javon. Just because they are not winning the title doesn't mean they don't have the rocket on them. Braun would have been in the Braun's only got derailed by a hernia. Trick and Javon were just in the main event of the PLE before WrestleMania. I don't think you need to go as far as you want to go with these guys a lot of times. You're like, put the title on and put him in the WrestleMania main event at 22. Yeah. Like, yeah, okay, that's great. But then where do they go from there? You got to build
exactly
to get
what
there.
I was talking about earlier. Yeah, match. Like,
yeah, and that's where having a big Mania match against somebody like, well, not Randy anymore, but I was thinking like have a match against Randy or have against Logan Paul, like having a big marquee Mania match and then build up to a title match. You know, that's where Breaker got screwed. It's Breaker versus Seth Rollins would have been a perfect Mania match for him to beat Seth as a big star and a big moment, but then he had the hernia.
You know what I just thought of? A bigger match than Logan. It would be Trick Williams versus Bad Bunny. Trick Williams has got to call out Bad Bunny. For a match at WrestleMania.
I don't think women could handle that. From what I've seen of how women react to both of those men, I think there might just be a whole. We might lose a lot of the female population to that one. Just so much. The entire western side of the country just spoons out of their mind.
Yeah, but what if they boo Bad Bunny, though? Can he handle that? Like all of a sudden, you might have the crowd go, "Hey, we really like Trick more than Bad Bunny. Screw this
They're
Bunny
not
idiot."
Booing Bad Bunny.
Yes, they will. In certain places, they will boo Bad Bunny.
They're not booing Bad Bunny.
You say that, but we've seen pro wrestling where even The Rock can get booed at his height when it was Hogan. There's always some guy that the fans might just go, "We love this guy more. Screw you." Like Trick is The Rock. Trick is the closest thing we've seen to The Rock since The Rock.
I mean, yeah. This generation's idea of what they thought The Rock was. Yeah, sure. He fits that mold. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's still young. Got a lot of growing to do. But again, you don't strap him with a championship just yet. He's not that good.
You could put the IC title on him. You could put the US title on him. You could move Dominic to the main roster.
On next week's SmackDown?
Yeah, why not?
No. See, again, too much too soon. You're just aiding in the destruction of their character by doing something like that.
It's a mid-card title. We're putting Trick with the mid-card. What is
people enough with the clamoring? People aren't clamoring for Trick Williams to wrestle and like be that guy yet. They got to clamor for it. Right now they like his song. They know he can talk. They're going to give him another year before you start to see a real breakout. So you think you're seeing something now. A little bit more seasoning, a little bit more time in with reps, promos, vulnerabilities, is the guy injury prone, all that sort of thing. When he's ready, then they'll really strap the rocket on him. They might put him in another jacket other than that white one. Because right now that white one is it's a great look, it's flashy, it's out there, but maybe show some different colors.
I hope you're right, Awful. I do not have faith in Triple H doing that. He loves the slow and steady. We're going to follow the plan. I'm not putting any rockets. No. We're not doing the Brock Lesnar thing anymore. That was Vince. I'm not doing Vince. We're going to all be nice. We're going to get along. We're going to just slow and steady, follow the long-term script, long storylines. I mean, we might not see Trick Williams win a title for 2 or 3 years because the way of Triple H's booking. We still need a Cody versus CM Punk main event match because at WrestleMania because just to screw to Tony Khan one time.
Speaking of which, they did pretty well. AEW Dynamite. They did pretty goddamn well.
Yeah,
I was just joking. I'm fucking with you. 633,000 viewers for the night. Yes, they did beat NXT, and yes, apparently ratings now this week do matter somehow, some way. But and I'm not making excuses for anything that NXT did or didn't do. But yeah, NXT losing the battle to AEW Dynamite, and a lot of AEW fans are, of course, proud to be fans of AEW. the continuation of a storyline between MJF and Swerve Strickland and no, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Kenny Omega, and Swerve Strickland that continued on. What do you think? What do you think of the reason NXT was bested by Dynamite this week there, Chris?
Oh, simple. State of the Union. I mean, how many of the networks got preempted because of the State of the Union at 9:00?
Nobody watched the State of the Union.
Yes, they did. It's awful. And it's not just, watching. It's like, oh, well, NXT, probably the first hour, aired. And then all of a sudden, State of the Union, certain networks probably or certain markets just went to the State of the Union. Screw wrestling.
State of the Union. Can you please school this man? Because I have no idea. I believe NXT had no competition for the night. It was Tuesday. And
State of the Union.
Okay.
I know you don't care about Awful, but it is a big deal. Other networks are having the State of the Union live.
Now I've got my tongue in my cheek.
We need to ask a bigger question. This has been on my mind here. Now that Paramount has bought WBD, Awful, what's going on with the book? Will there be a mini series? Will there be a sit down between Awful?
Chris, I've been interrupted.
Tony Khan?
By Honor Sharp, $5. It's okay. After the AEW show, they tuned into this week. They'll leave again. Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing more. Listen, forget about what I think of the whole AEW deal as it pertains to the whole Paramount WBD. Listen, I believe everybody should just pay attention to what Nick LaPiccolo said.
That's what I was gonna say. I had to put him over like that. I mean, he was calling that back in like November, October.
He was Nostradamus.
Even when people were like, "It's done, Netflix is over."
Second, and that's not because he's not an agent or anything. I just thought it was at the time. See, again, the climate changes. It seemed like every other week with this whole thing. But he had the,
it seemed like at some
point
point
things that, we obviously didn't pay attention to. And that's the 360 vision that the gentleman has. But go on, Jake. I'm sorry. I stepped on
No, you're good. No, you're fine. I'm just like, because even when it was like Netflix was 99% done and dusted and it was like all but signed, everybody was considering it done deal. And he was like, it ain't done yet. And he was right. Like, that's one of those, it's like those, you see those sports stories of like, they had a 98.9% chance of winning. And then all of a sudden they're,
right,
2 walks in a row. And then the team came back and whatever. And, like, that's what that was. And he was right about it though, because if you're WBD, you don't want to sell, 2/3 of your stuff to Netflix and then have to figure out what to do with this 1/3 and create Discovery Global or whatever that garbage was. That's a pain in your ass. Like, you don't want to sell half your fucking house.
Carrying luggage at that point.
Right. Like, okay, so I sold my house, but I'm going to still live in the master bedroom. No, motherfucker, I sold my house. Like, I'm selling my whole house. And so I think even if it was a lesser deal, it was better for WBD because they can just be like, buy. And then AEW is like, well, okay, hopefully we can stick around, but TKO and Paramount have UFC and it's not going to last that long, I don't think, for them. I don't think they're going to get canceled, but I don't think they just don't get renewed is what I think happens.
Yeah. It was a shocking development. What this means for AEW. Now I'm going to be middle of the road. It's too early to tell.
It is.
You'll have to stay tuned to information like that.
I'm calling bull crap. Awful. You're already playing with me the tears of the sickos. We want to drink those tears. I want gallons of them. Mix them in with some of that McAllen you have, Awful.
See, now you're forcing me to
drink
be honest.
Heavily.
And I'm going to be honest right now. I believe that somehow, some fucking way that these guys are going to slip past 2027 and it's going to suck for me. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, if this whole deal goes down and AEW is considered for pickup or maybe that 2028 option, you know what it is? I'm not gonna bullshit you, gentlemen. Dave Meltzer scares me because while he knows nothing of professional wrestling, he um he knows a lot about AEW, and I think he gets some real inside track now, not on this network deal, but like of things that Tony tells him, like, yeah, listen, next week I deal with I'm going to be talking to the president of Paramount or whoever, and it's just like he gets that inside track, and Tony's just like, listen, in 4 months, 5 months, it's kind of like what Nick LaPiccolo does publicly, Tony Khan does privately to Dave Meltzer, and that's like letting certain things be told, be put out there, and just sitting and waiting. Your thoughts or any other thoughts?
Well, the thing is, I think you're still if AEW doesn't get like a new TV deal and it's just on YouTube, by 20, you still win in my book. Like they're only a company because they have $1 billion nepo baby owner. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's not
Who will just
that's not
never
a
give
real.
up.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a real company. Like if they've never actually made any real money. Like okay, so they're making money now year over year in their deal, but that deal's only been the last 2 years. How many years did they spend investing
Right.
money from 2019 through where Tony just lost hundreds of $1 million of every year? Like just because they're making money now doesn't mean they've grossed money overall.
Yeah.
If Tony loses his TV deal, AEW will be folded. There's no way Tony will go to YouTube and have to listen to the Cornettes, the Bischoffs, the Awfuls, the Conans go, yeah, you see? Yeah, you ran that company into the ground. Oh, yeah, Mr. Booker of a Year.
I think he will, though, because his buddies in the company are going to be like, but it's fine. We're still on there. We're still getting ad revenue, dude. It's cool. And you listen to them more.
Same thing,
I don't
Chris.
know. God.
I think
He
about
won't,
that
Jake.
same
You know what?
thing.
He'll just hire the Young Bucks to be like cheerleaders for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
like the Patriots, they'll be their male.
Right.
Shit,
Yes.
You know what? Put him in those tassels in Jags colors. Sold. You're right. I've changed. You're right.
I mean, it would.
Not far off.
It would be kind of humiliating for Tony Khan to end up on anything less, really, anything less than what he's got right now. TBS, the home of the, Superstation, where the Atlanta Braves played, and also, NWA main events and all the great, WCW events happening there. Where else is he going to go where he has that kind of like this legacy that he's kind of really held on to when he really first came onto the scene and talked about TBS being his home, the Turner Network being his home. So you got any other ideas? Like, how about YouTube TV?
If he ends up on a lesser network than TNA, he's fucked. If that's their offer is like less
and
than
that's
AMC,
where I think he'll give it up. Like there will be conditions for him giving it up. If he gets to if he goes to HBO Max and that's just it, without even being on television, I mean, you know what? That's a loss.
It's a valid
That's
point.
what I'm saying. Like anything other than TBS or TNT or the Turner Networks, because he's been so goddamn loyal to them.
Yeah, to the point where he didn't even CW wanted ROH, and he was like, "No, I only want to be on Turner." And how bad does that look now?
Right.
By the way, remember Dave Meltzer promised a Shockwave on Fox. Remember that nugget? So yes, I'm
no, that was
fearful.
Swerve Strickland.
No, I think Dave agreed to do. I know Swerve said it to that football team that they were going to be on Fox, but I'm pretty sure I think Dave said it too. But I know Swerve did for sure.
That's
Bad
what we
information.
Need. That's what we need. The awful Dave Meltzer interview where you can just grill Dave Meltzer. I want tears, awful. I want those Dave Meltzer tears.
There's no way that's happening. First off, I'm not really interested in what Dave Meltzer's got going on. And I never have been. I guess that's the long and short of it.
Never read a copy of the Observer. Never planned.
Couldn't really mine any comedy out of that one, but yeah, the answer was short and sweet.
I want a Tony Khan interview, Vin. I want tears from Tony Khan. I want you to give me tears to fill that jar up, to drink those tears, and to enjoy the downfall of AEW because of you. You'll be the man who made it
credit out here, folks. Way too much. I'm hoping that they do not get past their current deal. That's the most, it's like it's the Hail Mary pass. I think I said it I might have said it on your show, Jake. Just like, yeah, it's do or die time for Awful Wrestling. Hopefully, I did say that I would do a volume 1 of the book because, like, if they just squeak by with the deal, I kind of feel like I win too.
Yeah, again, no, totally.
If it's on if it's anything other than TBS or TNT, I win.
And that's what I think it is. I don't see any way, especially going to Paramount. There's no way they get renewed through that. Right. It just won't happen because, they're not getting enough. They're not getting enough of a rating for it to matter. And what is Paramount's partnership going to be better with, AEW or TKO and UFC? Yeah. Come on, like that just doesn't make any sense.
Paramount deal is saddled with death.
Yeah, well, it could be. Yes.
And it's the death of AEW.
Yeah. I don't see any way.
All cash deal.
I don't see any way that they would renew them. I just don't.
I can see one way, only one. Vince McMahon buys AEW.
Could you imagine? Could you actually imagine?
Oh, it'd be glorious. Think of how many people Vince could fire in live on TV. Like half the AEW roster, you're fired.
The sicko meltdowns, if that actually happened, to watch their favorite thing ever get destroyed by literal Satan to them. Oh my God. Like, and I have never been I'm not a bring back Vince person. Stay away, Vince. Go away forever. But if it's that, okay, come back for that. That would be fun. I would laugh at that.
When Vince took over WCWC, I wasn't really involved in any sort of tribalism back then. I just found it incredibly hilarious at the time. Like, this is incredible. This is hilarious that this guy actually bought this company, and like we're seeing it in real time. It was just wild to see.
Yeah, no, I by then I'd given up on WCW just because the product was so bad. So I was watching WWF as the show. But I was never a tribalist guy caring one way or the other. I just watched wrestling. But I remember that that is still, of all wrestling television shows, that simulcast, that last half hour of Raw and Nitro that aired at the same time, that's incredible. Like, the contract does say McMahon, like that line, line. That's like a top 5 wrestling line. Oh, no matter what happened of the invasion going to shit, fine, whatever. But that moment, that night, Shane saying that was Shane. Mm-hmm. That was better than the fucking falling off the Titantron at SummerSlam. Like, that was the ultimate moment for Shane. Yeah. Everything since then's been a blown quad.
It was crazy too, because I think the deal got brokered on like that Friday. And it was just like WCW got bought by Vince McMahon. And then it was just like, oh, now you got to watch Monday.
Yeah.
Now you've got to watch Monday. And when Tony Schiavone opened up that Nitro, it was just like, on the last night of Nitro. Like, whoa, this is real. It's really happening.
And Vince
we have been so invested for at least, 3 good years in this back and forth between two wrestling shows that were
it was really 5 years. It was really like 95 to 2000 like that was really 96, 97, 98. That 3-year period where WCW took over, and then with the 83 weeks, and then that period of time where WWF took back over, that is the Attitude Era. Everything else can be preliminary around it, but that 3 years, like that is that but time where all those iconic moments happened.
Even Goldberg Hogan was huge. I remember this when as a kid watching that, and it was just Atlanta just filled to the gills, people treating it like a big heavyweight boxing title fight, and you were just like, oh,
40,000 people for a television taping.
Right.
That's insane.
You
Like,
couldn't. That's the thing. Like, I don't remember WWF fans at the time shitting on WCW fans or their product. It was just like, nah, we just believe that we've got a better product. It wasn't like See, I guess it was. You know, there were signs.
It was different because you had stars, so it was like, okay, hey, we love to see.
Like when
these
WCW produced a good Nitro, and they did a lot of times, really, it's not like you could be like, well, you know, they still no. It was just like,
and there was no internet for people to just throw that bitch out. You know what I mean? Like you could see, because I remember like in high school, like there was this crew. There were the kids that were on the football team, and like they weren't started. They were like the bench warmers of the varsity football team. There were 3 of them that were the big WCW kids, and they tried to be tribalistic with it, and all of us were kind of like, eh. And I just like wrestling, like, because I was always a WWF kind of guy, but like DDP, because my family's from New Jersey, like my dad's favorite place in the world is Ocean City, New Jersey. So like GDP from the Jersey Shore, like I liked him, you know what I mean? So even when WCW was bad and I was more a WWF guy, like I still like DDP. I had like one of those Bang t-shirts, you know, like, you know, so I never picked, even in the tribalistic now, I don't pick a side. It's just that AEW is so terrible. So I do a live show every week. I want to enjoy Wednesday going into it. I don't want to sit here and bitch for 90 minutes every Thursday, but that's what I'm given. So that's what I do. It's not that my fault that the show is terrible. Have you watched? Yeah. Did you see the Mile High Madness where Jungle Boy's music played for 20 minutes? Come on, that was terrible.
They had 3 shots. We're talking about Dynamite last week, where they did in the main event. What was it again? The Mile High Mayhem.
Mile High Madness is what the match was called.
The Dynamite screen at one point looked like just like what you're seeing right now on our screen. It was 3 screens of like just complete darkness. They actually showed at the bottom camera an empty ring, and I was just like, well, what's that shot even useful for? Like,
that was the only one that was well lit too.
Yeah.
The other 2 that had action were dark and you couldn't see. And the just one that was well lit was the empty fucking ring.
Did you notice, Jake? See, now this is where I can pick Jake's brain because he does watch the show.
I do,
so we
every
don't
week.
Have to. Absolutely. You noticed the because I did. Did you notice a pattern on Dynamite this week and last week? It seemed like MJF came out at the 9 o'clock hour.
Oh yeah.
It seemed like Kenny Omega came out at the 8 o'clock hour. No, excuse me, John Moxley. Sorry.
Well, no, it was Kenny Omega the last week and Moxley this past week.
It's like they're interchanging.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're trying to hit that specific spot, and now they're doing like they're trying to do that. Remember back when Punk was running Collision, they would start the show with the old school like 80s. I'm gonna cut like a 60-second. They're trying to do that on Dynamite now, but like it's just not this. No,
that's not working because it just comes off too forced.
Yeah, and it's for matches that nobody I'm sorry, but nobody really cared that much about the women's tag matches to go into it with it. And then poor Penelope Ford talks all that shit and then gets hurt again because she had to do a dive to the out. Why are girls with no meat on their bones diving to the outside of the ring? You're going to break something. You have no padding. Every time I see Julia Hart do a dive, I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Who didn't get hurt? Harley Cameron, who, if you didn't see, completely right before the dive was executed, just like ran away from the huddle.
In her defense, the way that dive was coming, I feel like both of Penelope's knees were flying at her at a very high rate of speed, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to keep my face and move."
Yeah.
You know, and again. I know a lot of the sickos, like they blamed Harley Cameron off of X just because she left because she was like, screw you guys. And she didn't do the right thing by any means, but the move should never have been done, period. You didn't need it in a television match on a random Dynamite from a girl who weighs 125 pounds soaking wet. And and literally when you watch that, watch her knees. Like they come in at a high rate of speed. I'd have moved too. I'm not catching a knee to my orbital bone or getting a concussion. Like I've got no.
Yeah.
Especially if I look like Harley Cameron. I'm just, or like if it hits one of the boobs and it pops it. I don't know.
Jake, at what point do you suppose Dynamite gets its highest viewership? Still think it's at the front end?
Oh, it has to be. It's still
Yeah.
got to be the beginning of the show. Yeah, anything coming over from the Big Bang because they're not bringing people back or keeping people in, or like there's no people aren't gonna just randomly tune in because this segment's coming up. Like it's who's tuning in now are the people that care. That 500,000 people that are watching. That's literally everybody you see on Twitter is of that base.
Yep. Yeah, they're not growing.
No.
They have found their base audience. They have found their JCW audience. Like it, and again, it will not reach over 750.
No,
It's
and that's
not
why,
happening.
like,
Those days
yeah,
are over.
and that's why AJ Styles was never going to go over there. There was no reason for him to. What's he? Oh, so you can have a great match with Will Ospreay? He's had millions of great matches. He doesn't need to do that in front of nobody for money that he doesn't need. It's not like, again, what I was talking about on my show earlier about how the younger generation, you're not hearing issues of like them getting into fights at strip clubs or having drug problems because they play video games. That's AJ Styles. He brings his Xbox on his trips. Like he doesn't need the money. He hasn't squandered it on up his nose. He's doing fine financially.
How crazy how it is are AEW's the worst at taking a hint? Like the man had to go on a podcast, his buddy's podcast, the Good Brothers, and be like, listen, I had no fucking reason to go to AEW whatsoever. Now, he didn't say it quite like that. I'm
but
quoting the man, but yeah.
There was another clip too of like
explicit
on the European tour. One of the fans asked him about it, and he was like, "Hey, even so in the camera, he's like, you're recording, right? Like, Matt, Nick, I love you guys, but I'm retiring here. Sorry." Like, and like that was that wasn't like staged. That was him being real. Like, I'm good. I'm happy. I want to go into the Hall of Fame. I want to help the future generation. Like, he's going to be working in NXT or as a backstage producer, and he gets to, and I keep saying it too, like, he is from one of those like Southern Christian families that have a lot of kids. He's got 5 kids. You can't tell me in 10, 15 years, he's not going to have a dozen grandkids. Like, those kids are going to have a bunch of kids. Like, that's just how that works. And he wants to be able to play with those grandkids, and good for him to be able to do that, man. He's earned it.
Well, I was also thinking, like, I'm reading back Halloween Havoc, and when WCW was at its peak, you had like Rey Mysterio Jr., Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Hennig, Ric Flair, Luger, Hall, Savage, Page. Who's there in AEW video? Like, oh man, this guy's gonna be. I have to wrestle this guy. He is a star. He will make me money.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. There's nobody in AEW doing anything like that.
People will say like Ospreay, Fletcher, Omega, and like,
okay, don't make money, bro.
Right. And then what? But like you could probably name 10 other matches AJ Styles had that would be just the same as those would be now. You know, there's nothing special about it. And again, it's not gonna. I mean, he'll make money because Tony will pay him for it, but he's gonna wrestle in front of like 6,000 people at a pay-per-view. That's not that exciting for someone who's wrestled on a WrestleMania multiple times.
Right. Well, gentlemen, I will say this. It has been a pleasure talking this Elimination Chamber. Your overall thoughts of the show. You guys think it moved along nicely? Well, how many stars would you give it? How many fucking stars in the universe would you give Elimination Chamber? And because you're fed chills, both of you, I'm expecting to hear 20 stars.
Well, I don't do stars. I'm more of like a grader. I give that show a solid B+. Like, nothing bad happened, nothing egregious. The matches were fine. Like, I liked Rhea winning to take on Jade makes a ton of sense. And there's some possibilities of storylines coming out of the women's match. The men's match, while having Randy is safe, but because you got it for the main event, that's fine for Mania, or like for the title match, that's fine. But I like the idea of like, hey, Logan's got some beef. He eliminated 3 different people during the match. And then you also had Seth coming back with that stuff for him. You know, Javon and Trick showing themselves well. They probably are set up decently for WrestleMania. Like, I'm excited to see where these matches go for WrestleMania. I think Randy Orton versus Drew, probably with Cody and then Fatu as well. That makes a lot of sense. Those are big stars. I mean, being safe makes a lot of sense going into Mania. Also, too, like, this is going to make good money. These are going to be good matches for Mania. I have no issues with any of it. I mean, overall, aside from the Danhausen still would think it didn't put a bad taste in my mouth. It just put a weird taste in my mouth. I need to go back and rewatch it because watching it live, I didn't have my headphones. I'm just confused by the whole thing. I just really am. But we'll see what happens.
It's like somebody loosened the salt shaker.
Yeah, right. Like I said, the idea of him in NXT messing with TNA, Mr. Iguana, AAA, that makes a ton of sense. With La Parka, dancing, fine, but I'm just confused. But I'm willing to give things a chance as always until I'm proven that it sucks, and that's where I go from.
There you have it. The eternal mistake, Chris. Your quick thoughts on the PLE?
I give it a B. It was safe. It was the B. It was women's match was great. Women's elimination chamber match was great.
What's that?
Was okay.
Say that again. I want one more time.
I'm gonna.
3, 2, 1.
The women's elimination chamber match was great. It was the star of the show. The Punk versus Balor was okay. It was a second of their matches. Danhausen to me just it's gonna be bad. It's like a hot pepper in a hamburger. You're like, oh crap, I can get rid of his taste. It's fine. Look, it felt like just a regular Raw / Saturday night main event show. Which look, WWE has no competition. They're just gonna keep on humming, and they made a lot of money. That's all they care about.
Yep, money keeps coming in hand over fist.
Yeah, sadly, I remember talking about this on Tuning Talk Wrestling a year ago, where it was kind of like everybody was doing this like rah for the big corporate giant WWE, and I was just like, I felt uneasy about it then. I feel uneasy about it now. Like, I kind of don't like the tribalism in which it's just like, let me defend this gigantic billion-dollar company making even more money. Let me celebrate it.
Yeah, and that people do that. Like people like that with with Apple products and stuff too. Like they're or like anything where they're big into the corporations don't care about you. They don't. They just, like you said earlier, they just want your money, and good for them for making their money. But I at least I enjoyed the show overall. There was nothing that bored me or was like, oh God, why they do that? So overall, it was fine. Looking forward to Monday, and then I do think they're gonna have a good build, and I think Mania should be a very good show overall for both nights, but we shall see.
Sure. Well, anyway, gentlemen, listen, we're not going to be here all night talking about the show because Jake has done a 3.5-hour show already.
Yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes. I was about to once you started wrapping up, I was like, oh, good, because I was going to peace out in about 20 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
so that's perfect.
There's no problem. But before you do, plug your stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Alt Jake Takes On. We are on X. We are on YouTube's the big one. We're at 486 subscribers as of right now, which is 14 away from 500, which is our big goal.
Man, get your asses over there.
Yeah.
And subscribe to Alt Jake Takes On.
It's free. We don't put anything behind a paywall. Also, we're on every podcast platform as well. We just do everything through YouTube and have some sort of fun visuals with it. We'll be back online live tomorrow at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. We'll give our rundown thoughts of Elimination Chamber. George and I both will rewatch the show too and give you our full thoughts of everything from it there. And then we go live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern to give you all the ins and outs of Dynamite, every segment, every vignette, every match, so you guys don't have to watch it. And then back on Tuesday for Toonie Talk Wrestling at 8 p.m. Eastern time at youtube.com/@TuneWrestling. I don't know what we're covering this week, but I'm sure Dave will say something stupid. I love what we do on that because I stay away from it all, and then I find it all brand new live with this and you when we see, hey, here's what Dave said this week. It's great. It's hilarious. I look forward to it so much.
Chris, well, thank you very much, Jake. Chris.
Yeah, you can check me out at lastcallpodcast.com. Also on the YouTube channel, Last Call Podcast with Chris C. I'm also on LinkedIn, X. I am on Facebook, and either tomorrow or Monday we'll have Marcel Dorff of the MMA Oddsbreaker podcast talking about UFC Mexico City, what's going on with Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Yes, that match got made, and we'll even talk about Dana White Zuffa
Who's
boxing.
winning?
Right now, the smart money is on Ronda Rousey because she's younger than Gina, but who knows? It's Netflix and Jake Paul's promoting this. I've given up trying to predict stuff with Jake Paul.
Fair. That's smart.
Okay. Go ahead, so buddy. I stepped on your toes a bit. Go ahead.
No, that's it. And awful. Always a pleasure to be on this show, and hopefully I'll be back on Toontown Wrestling. I promise to behave myself and no more junkyard dog jokes.
I can't call that, man. I've got nothing to do with Toonie Talk Wrestling, except that I'm
Oh, you're the guy who runs the whole thing. This is sort of the face, but you're the brains behind the operation. I know that.
Yo, Jake, I was about to throw it to you like Hawk does the animal. Tell him, Hawk.
Yeah. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Yeah.
That's what I always do.
Yeah, no. So untrue, Chris. But anyway, yeah, listen, shout out to Dis, who's dealing with an emergency right now. You know, he is not
all as well.
danger.
He's good,
yeah,
but he's had some
great.
shit he's got to take care of. Yeah.
All business. Dis.
All gas, no brakes.
Exactly. But yes, shout out Dis. Also shout out to Wrestling Neckbeard. Shout out to Alt Jake, Chris Connor, George Captor, everybody in the chat. And yeah, I wish I had music to underbed this. this silence, but let me
yeah.
Yeah. Du
Yeah.
hast mich. Anyway, yes. So for Chris Connor, Alt Jake, this is unavailable, but for this as well, this is Awful Wrestling. You guys have a spectacular night, wonderful weekend, and a great week ahead. We'll see you all next Saturday on This Is Awful. Peace out.
Peace.